I have a presentation. We're going to kind of go through it just fairly quickly because I want to make sure we hit a few things that I don't want to miss. So let me figure out where my presentation is. I think it's right there. Options, open. There we go. Okay, great. There we go. All right. So, oh, I've got it. There we go. I'm not amazing with Zoom and all that. Okay, we're sharing a screen. Let's make sure we can see it. Can we see the presentation? Let me put it on. Yes. Awesome. Okay, play from start. There we go. All right. So have a cute little picture. That's us in Mexico because when you hit the jewel level, you get a free trip to an exotic destination. This was at a resort in Mexico, a 5-star resort. But this year it'll be Kona, Hawaii. It's usually in Hawaii. But anyway, so that's us. And the tagline is it's about a lot more than selling supplements because it really is. And what I tell people here, if you look at this presentation, is that, well, I wanted to be a famous singer, but then I realized that you have to be able to dance to be a pop singer, and I can't dance. So then I wanted to be a teacher, but then I was like, well, teachers don't make any money. You know that teachers, especially in Louisiana, we all know teachers in Louisiana don't make much money. And then I thought I wanted to be, people were like, well, you're smart. You can be a medical person or a doctor. Then I wanted to faint when my sister got a concussion and had blood oozing out. And I'm like, no doctor for me. But none of us wanted to grow up and be network marketers because that's just not a thing we knew was even a possibility. So that's why when we get started with this, I like to just talk to people and say, you know, let's just start opening your mind to the possibilities. And let me tell you a little bit about why network marketing is such an incredible opportunity. And so what I did end up being, by the way, was a CPA, certified public accountant. I graduated with a 4.0 from college. I got a job my junior year of college that I was scheduled to start when I got out, made pretty good money, worked a ton of hours because that's what CPAs do. And you just work a lot of hours for the money you make, and you don't have much time for your family. So that's what I ended up doing. But so I want to talk to you real quick about why Plexus is an incredible company and why you can really dream big with Plexus and be excited. And there are 3 F's that we're going to kind of cover, the foundation, the fuel, and the fruition. But we're going to start with the foundation, and the foundation is belief. And you have to believe in Plexus. To be able to be successful at anything, you have to believe in it. So you have to believe in Plexus, you have to believe in network marketing, and you have to believe in yourself. And a lot of times that last one is what we struggle with a lot. But that's also one of the things I love about this business is that I get the chance to help people like Casey and Sarah Ann and you find those reasons that you doubt yourself and find the things about yourself that are special and amazing and help you to realize that you can believe in yourself because you're incredible and God made you incredible and you have so much value to add to our company and just to your community and to the world, and you can believe in yourself. But most people, here's why you can believe in Plexus though, and be excited about Plexus. And you know this, most people in your life, that's why you have people blowing up your phone, fall into one of these 4 categories. They're discouraged about how they feel. They tried all the things with little or no results. They're addicted to carbs and sugar. I really want a donut now that I'm looking at those. Or they're unhappy with their body. Like that's everybody you know, right? It's just, that's our world today. And I'm on the wrong thing. All right. So the reason that matters to us is that Plexus, I like to say it's a big deal. I like to use acronyms. I know teachers like acronyms too. This helps me remember. Big deal. Blood sugar for B, inflammation for I, and gut health. I could spend all day doing this, but I'm not going to. If you take any health issue that anybody has and you Google migraines and gut health, migraines and blood sugar, or toe fungus and gut health. I mean, like anything, sleep and blood sugar, sleep and gut health, anything you can come up with, blood sugar, gut health, and inflammation are at the root of it. And our products address that. Here's why people feel so bad. All the processed food, stress, sugar, soda, antibiotics, stress, steroids, birth control, stress. Those things are just messing up our body's hormone balance. Vaccines, I didn't put that one on there, but messing up the hormone balance, messing up the gut health, causing inflammation. And at the root of every health issue, blood sugar, inflammation, gut health. You'll notice that I repeated that because as a teacher, you know that repetition helps to have something hit home. But really, at the root of every health issue is blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health. And what I just said was, that's what Plexus addresses. Okay. So real quick, while I'm mentioning this here, I do want to talk about one of the main questions people have. And one of the main questions you may have as you're starting this is, well, how can I recommend something if I didn't use it? Or, you know, you've got some people that they want to wait to see their results before they share. Or you've got some people that, well, I haven't tried this product, so I don't want to recommend it until I try it. And the thing is, like, I mean, let's say Sarah Ann struggles with diarrhea. And let's say Casey struggles with constipation. And let's say Sarah Ann says, well, did it help you with your diarrhea? And I'm like, no, because I had constipation. So it didn't help me with my constipation. And she asked Casey, well, did it help you with your diarrhea? And Casey's like, no, it helped me poop because well, Sarah Ann's like, well, I don't need to poop. I poop too much. Our bodies are all different. And so we all have different needs, but guess what we all have? Blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health. So that's the part that we all have. And I like to use the example of, does a realtor live in every house that they sell before they sell it? Well, no, that would be ridiculous. I mean, I like to use the example of my friend Vicky. She's our team leader. You've probably seen her name. She has 5 children and 2 in-laws that live with her. I have a husband, a daughter, and a son, and a whole bunch of animals. So if, you know, I was trying to get Vicky to live in my house, some of her boys would probably be out in the backyard in the barn with the sheep and the goats. Now, they probably like being with the sheep and the goats, but my house is not a good fit for Vicky. Her house is not a good fit for me because I'd have to clean too much stuff because my husband makes too much of a mess. And I don't have anywhere for all my animals in the backyard, and they'd eat all her garden vegetables. So it's not about like, I can only share the products I've tried. It's about, well, here's what the products did for me, which has to do with blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health. And here's what they could do for you, because you also have some issue with blood sugar, inflammation, and gut health. And that doesn't want to go forward. Okay. So as you're going, you may say, well, but I do need to learn about what I'm selling. And, you know, if you feel like you need more belief in the products, then there are ways that you can learn to build your belief in the products. My guess would be that since you took them before and they worked for you, you don't really struggle with belief in the products. Would that be accurate?
Yeah.
So you're not really worried about this, but there will be people that come onto your team that they do struggle with belief in the products because they haven't seen them work yet, or they're just super skeptical anyway. And the way that they can build belief is taking their products every day. Because, I mean, I like to use the example of birth control. If I take birth control when I feel like it, does it work?
Nope.
I mean, not unless I feel like it every day. And I don't like it. So I sure don't take it every day because I don't feel like it. So is that the birth control's fault or is that my fault? Well, obviously that's my fault if I don't take it every day. So you have to take your products consistently to see what they can do and build that belief that they do something. They can read testimonies. We have a ton of those in our whole health community group. And then you can actually build belief by sharing with other people so you can see their results. So that's a really cool thing. All right. So now this is the one that most people, and I would say maybe one of the bigger struggles for you coming from a career as a teacher, because teaching is an industry and it's a traditional job industry. Like way back in the day, we had teachers. So, I mean, it's been around a long time. But guess what? Network marketing has too. And it's truly a legitimate way to make money. My 1099, you know what that is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a W-2, except it's what contract people get. It has been six figures for at least the last 3 years. That's not an accident. That's not a little side gig. I mean, that's a legitimate career. That is a real job. So belief in network marketing is really an important part of success. And I like to point out that however you feel about Trump and his cute little smile there, nobody will argue that Trump does not know what he's doing when it comes to money. He's a good businessman. He's smart about money. And he was on a talk show once and they asked him, Trump, if you lost all your money, what would you do? Like, what if you lost all your money, what would you do? He said, I would find a good network marketing company and start working, get to work. And the crowd laughed at him and booed. And he was like, and that's why I'm up here and you're down there, because I recognize a good opportunity when I see it. He also does not recognize when to keep his mouth shut and when to open it, but he does know what he's talking about when it comes to money. Also, we are backed by Morgan Stanley, which is a legitimate financial corporation, and that's a big deal too. So there's a difference in being self-employed and being a business owner. Now, if you're self-employed like a hairstylist, then you make money when you do hair. And you fix your own hours and you can decide when you're doing your clients and such, but you only make money when you do hair. You're self-employed. When you work, you make money. When you don't make money. But if you are a business owner, then you own a system and you can get paid when other people are working. And that's where you get this beauty called residual income, where you're making money that you didn't have to work those hours for necessarily. And so a salon owner has multiple people working for her or him that give them part of their money, and you own a system, you own a business. And that's where true financial freedom comes in, because being self-employed and only getting paid when you work is not that exciting. I mean, it's nice to pick your own hours, but you only have so much time in the day. You know this. You only have so much time, and you can only leverage that. You can't add more hours to the day so you can make more money. But if you have a business, if you have a system, then you can. All right. So why would a company choose network marketing? Like, why would a company even do network marketing? Why doesn't Plexus just sell their products on the shelves at Walmart? Well, because the most powerful advertisement is always personal advertisement. It's always word of mouth. I mean, you're going to trust your friend that is telling you about what something did for them more than you're going to trust some random celebrity. The other thing is, when a company chooses network marketing, it shows that they value people, because instead of paying a ton of money for advertising to somebody like Lady Gaga over here to advertise their product, then they're paying real, normal, average people, a lot of times women, who want some kind of work to do that keeps them available to their families without having to spend all their time away from their families, instead of paying for celebrity endorsements and advertising. See, this is my story. This is me. Plexus will not change your hair color, by the way, just a disclaimer. That costs money that Plexus actually helps pay for. But anyway, I just think it's so cool to have a company choose to help the average person, the average mom, instead of just patting Lady Gaga's non-existent pockets there. Anyway, that's why. Now, here's a couple of things about Plexus that are really cool. Network marketing does this, but Plexus in particular. And see, you've already done this. And instead of paying $39.95 for your membership, you paid $9.95. And Casey might even have covered it. I don't know. And with that, you get a shipping department, a customer service department, a website, a product line. You get brand name, you get an HR department. I mean, you're not having to go do HR stuff. You get training, you get a family. Like, we're not giving you a family. I mean, you already have your family, your nuclear family, but you get us, you get a community, a tribe, and so much more. And you have an incredible return on investment. I mean, I just did like 1 year of what I got with mine. Oh no, this is right now, and it's 300 right now, but anyway, it's close. But if you invest $9.95 and you get $350 for sharing with 3 people, you have just made a 35% return on your investment. The standard market rate right now is like 8 or 9%, and that's good. You know, if you went out and took out a CD, you'd make less than 1% return on investment. I mean, this is a really good return on investment. If you look at the next one, if my investment was $34.95 7 years ago, and I just looked at what I made last year, that's a 3,720% return on investment. And that's not even over my 7 years. Like, I'm not even going to try, because I'm a CPA, but I really hated finance and the time value of money. So I'm not going to try to figure that out, but it's a lot. But I showed you, even just somebody going silver, which you've already done and beyond, you've already made more than a 35% return on your investment, which is crazy. I don't remember if I have, okay. So real quick, you've heard of Chick-fil-A, right? Y'all have those in Houma? Yes, okay. So if somebody wants to start a Chick-fil-A, they might go out and pay $15,000 to start a Chick-fil-A. I mean, it's going to take them years to make a return on that investment. You can start a business for $9.95, like literally. I mean, you already did. You didn't have to go find a loan to get a loan for that $15,000 to start your Chick-fil-A. You didn't have to train a bunch of employees. You don't have to do anything, really. I mean, it's just, and people don't look down on franchises, but you know what? When franchises first started coming on the scene, people thought they were scammy and sleazy. And now that's one of the accepted business models. Same thing with network marketing. Some people don't understand it. They don't realize it's a legitimate business. They think we just prey on people. I don't prey on anybody. I don't harass anybody. Like you said, I put it out there. I ask people if they want to check it out. I give them information. If they want to try it, great. If they tell me maybe, I'm going to follow up with them. That's not hounding, right. That's being professional. But if they tell me they're not interested, I'm like, all good. There's plenty of people out there that have guts and blood sugar that I'm going to find plenty of customers, and I'm not worried about it. And I don't have to harass anybody. So so our team, 100%, it's faith, family, Plexus. So we do this with integrity, and we don't harass people, and we're not salesy and slimy and spammy. We have something that can help people, and we share it with people. Just like if you're walking through the mall, well, back when people used to go to the mall, and your friend is like, I have a horrible headache. And you're like, well, I have ibuprofen in my purse, but I don't know if they take Tylenol or ibuprofen, and I don't know what brand they take, and they might not like the brand I have, so I'm just not going to say anything. You don't do that. You're like, I've got some ibuprofen. Do you want it? They say yes. You give it to them. They say no. You say, okay. That's it. That's what we do. We find out what people's issues are. We show them something that could help, and we let them decide if they want to try it or not. Now, we have a system to follow that exposes them to the products in a series so that they can learn enough about them to know if it's a good fit for them or not. But we don't have to harass people. And we're not going to try to sell something to somebody that they don't need. I don't know that anybody could not possibly need a probiotic, but we're not like a car salesman that you walk on the lot, whether you need a car or not, even if it's going to put you in debt, you're getting a car. We're not like that. We're like, what are your goals? What are your needs? I want to see you and understand you. And here's what I have that could help you. Would you like to try it? That's it. All right. So the other thing is that, if I'd been in accounting, I hadn't gotten to the point where I was making six figures yet. And it probably would have taken me 10 years to make six figures. It only took me 3 with Plexus, because you can make a lot more money a lot faster with network marketing. Most of the millionaire women in the world are in network marketing, which is pretty cool. And I love that network marketing helps ordinary people do extraordinary things. We have gone on so many fun trips. I mean, a trip to Hawaii for free. That's pretty cool. We do all kinds of other fun things as a team, and it's really exciting. I mean, that was one of our little mom proms right there, and another one right there with fancy music and dinner and things I can't pronounce. And I really go for the desserts, by the way, not the fancy meat. I usually give away the fancy meat and I fight for the rolls. But anyway, we'll just move on from that. The whole point there was that, you don't have to have an advanced degree. You don't have to have anything special, really, except you need to love people and have work ethic and want to have more in your life. That's it. So some of my favorite things have been our team retreats and the free Lexus, and that's our trip to Mexico. But I mean, I'm using a MacBook that I earned. I wouldn't ever have bought myself a MacBook, but I love it. I've earned Apple Watches. I've earned all kinds of fun things, but our community is really the best. We have good people, and especially after the COVID mess, having a good community is unparalleled. One more thing, studies show that if you pick a network marketing company and show up consistently, 91% of the people will be at the top of their company in 10 years. And a lot of them a lot faster than that. I mean, I just told you that it took me 5. No, I didn't tell you that, but it took me 5. So network marketing is really legitimate if you commit to it and you do the things and you stay consistent. All right. Finally, belief in yourself. I'm just going to go through that real quick. We can talk a whole lot more about mindset later. Casey has had tremendous growth in this area, and she is one of the best mentors for you. And I'm so excited that you have her to work with. But basically, and you know this, your thoughts determine your beliefs. Your belief will determine your action, and then your action will determine your results. So I left that off there, apparently, but your thoughts will determine your results. And so you have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe in your ability to do this, and you have to build that belief in yourself if you don't have it. Whatever you think, you're right. You can create failure or success in your own life by believing it. I love the story of the first man who ran the 4-minute mile. They said it couldn't be done, but he did it. And then after that, all kinds of people start doing it because they believed they could do it. If you don't believe you can do something, you're not going to do it. You're going to find excuses, and you're basically going to commit yourself to failure. So you have to really work on having belief that you can do it. And from what I've seen already, I believe you can do it. So we just got to work on you believing it. And I like to say that, don't just take my word for it. There's a lot in the Bible. We can talk more about that later. There's plenty of good stuff about thoughts in the Bible. There's a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. That's really good. There's a really great book called Switch on Your Brain by Dr. Carolyn Leaf, and she uses scientific evidence to show how you can literally change your mind. That one's fascinating to me because with an autistic child who is nonverbal, watching what she's been capable of has been so amazing to me. And it shows me that we truly can teach our brains to do so much more than we do. And I'm sure working with special needs children, you've seen that too. When you see what they're capable of, it shows you that we're capable of so much more than we realize. And then there's also a really good book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. And it really helps you identify the negative things you're saying to yourself and to stop saying them. Because we say the worst things to ourselves, things that we would never say to a friend. Like Casey has never said anything mean to me at all, ever. I can't even imagine it. But I bet she says mean things to Casey. But she's getting better at it. We're working on it. The business is really 80-20. The skills are super, super easy. Now, making yourself do them, not always super easy, but the skills are easy. You can learn them. You know, special needs teacher going back to get another degree, I have no doubt that you are smart enough to learn the skills. But your mindset is where that's going to come in. You have to take responsibility for your thoughts, and just, if you fall down, you don't say, well, I guess this wasn't for me. I mean, kids don't do that. When they fall down, when they're trying to walk, they don't say,
sorry.
Oh, that's okay.
Sorry. You good?
Okay.
Yeah, my kids just walked in and I was scared the dog was going to run out.
Oh, no, that's okay. Anyway, so
I'm busy right now. I'll be with you in a minute. Okay? I'm on a Zoom meeting. Sorry.
It's okay. We're almost done, actually. The second F is fuel, and that's basically what makes something go. And that's what you kind of need to start thinking of is, why are you doing this? Like, what is the dream that you're working for? What's the little goal? And then the next goal and the next goal. I mean, right now, just looking at what you could make for going gold is pretty exciting. But then what could this do for you in the future? I mean, part of your fuel is to get healthier. Part of your fuel is to help other people get healthier. But what can this offer to you? What could this do for you? Make some small goals and then dream some big dreams. And we talk about why you're doing this should make you cry, like your big, huge, scary goal. A lot of people, it's to quit their job and be able to do this full time and have so much freedom, or to pay off their debt, or to be able to put their kid through college, or to be able to show their child that they can do anything, or, you know, to be able to start a nonprofit, or go, you know, or like Sarah Ann, get a master's degree to write policy to change the schools. She's very passionate about changing the schools, by the way. You know, but basically it can't be the money. It has to be about what the money's going to do for you. Like in my family, we have a lot of stress over money because my husband likes to spend lots of it. And it's like, well, I need the money so we don't have to fight about the money. You know, so it's about a life with less stress and less fighting and less worry about how we're going to pay for certain things. But it's just good to think about that, because you need to know why you're doing what you're doing, or when it's hard, you'll just give up.
Right.
And so at Plexus, what we do, and why I said it was about more than just selling supplements, is we ignite hope, health, and happiness. So ignite is to arouse or inflame. Hope, a feeling of expectation for a certain thing to happen. Health is a state of being free from illness or injury. And happiness is a feeling or showing pleasure or content. So we go, you know, we don't just sell Plexus. We go out in the world and we help people get excited about and hopeful and believe that they can feel and be better. They can have relief from their financial strain with the opportunity, with the business, and they can have relief from their exhaustion and their crankiness, and they can be better moms and better friends. And hi.
I'm on a meeting.
She's okay. She's totally okay.
She said hi.
Hi.
You can wave. There's another one. Well, all right. If you're not going to say hi, I'll be with you in a minute. Thank you.
So anyway, we talked about most people and their health issues. Most people also are settling. They just quit dreaming. They learn to live with less. And they tell themselves that it's not really possible to have those dreams or that fulfillment. And this is just the way life is. It's just supposed to be stressful and exhausting and miserable. And they believe that. And at Plexus, we want to help better their lives. We want to spark the idea and the hope that they can live better lives. And that's what we do so much. And then you'll figure out as you're going through what really your passion is. It may be to help exhausted teachers have more hope or more room in their budget. For me, it's about finding women that need community and need to see how special and amazing they are, and that they matter and they make a difference. And they can do something positive and change people's lives, and dreaming again. But there's all kinds of things that you can do that are not just selling supplements, that you do along the way. And Plexus is the vehicle that will take you from where you are, or take people from where they are, the stress, the frustration, the sickness, the fear, the struggle, to the life of health, hope, and happiness. And then the third F is the fruit, and that's the skills. And basically, that's what we've been teaching you. And that's what we're going to continue to teach you. And you see that that's the smallest part that I'm talking about, because like I said, we can teach you the skills. They're easy. If you follow the system and don't try to know all the answers yourself, because you won't and you don't need to, and it's not helpful, you'll be good. Basically, it boils down to me+3. That's why we start with silver, and then helping other people do me+3. I mean, you're about to go gold this month, probably, because you did me+3 and you're helping some other people do me+3. And they're going to help other people. And then it just blew up into this beautiful thing. And we'll teach you about recruiting, bringing people in, retention, keeping them, duplicating, that's helping other people do what you've done, and leadership. That's the 4 things that network marketing is about. That's the 4, like if you had a course in network marketing, that would be the 4 courses. And that's it. I mean, that's not a lot. So I like to say at the end, if I can do it, so can you. I mean, the only reason I'm down is because I've talked to more people and I've had more no's, but I've believed, and I've just kept going and just kept believing. And Sarah Ann says she has some numbers for us. So I'm done. That was kind of basically like why you should be super excited about Plexus. So I hope that it has helped you be a little more excited about the opportunity that you've got here. And then, so Sarah Ann wants to tell you some numbers, which I'm glad, because I forgot to get your numbers. Are you muted, or am I just, yeah, you're muted.
No, you're still recording. Do you want to stop it?
Yes, let me stop the recording.